devotion to your own source, God, self, consciousness, to your own divine. Devotion to your inner teacher, inner guru, God within. It is the most beautiful act of turning your attention to your own inner divine self. Turning your attention from this body, mind, conscious, subconscious mind, turning your attention away from the mundane or usual, and bringing your attention to your inner teacher, your inner guru, your inner self, which is in love, perfection. We can say in heaven or in divine realm. So devotion is turning your attention from the outer activity and also from the inner usual activity into the heart in which your perfect self and perfect love is. A common way of devotion is to bring your attention to some deity. So religions propose either Jesus or Krishna or Shiva or all other deities. But what is really meant by that is to recognize Krishna or Jesus or Shiva or Buddha within. And they have been clear about it from the beginning, that do not worship me as an idol. Find me in you. Find me in yourself. Find the God self in yourself. So God self is not to be found outside of you. It is from within you that reveals to you as essentially you. The divine reveals itself without hurry, we may say, because your attention, your energy needs to match the frequency, to match and resonate, or to build a bridge, so to speak, to the divine. So the divine is extending its hand to you, but you also need to extend your hand so that you can meet together. It is revealed again and again that your God self is within. And therefore, it is necessary to, in the path of devotion, to for a moment forget about yourself, to forget about your lower self, to forget for a moment or put aside your problems, your doubts and worries, because all of them are confirmations, consciously or subconsciously, of that which is not divine, of that which is not in harmony with the self, with consciousness itself. So all your fears and doubts and worries in the path of devotion are put on a side or given away or given to God, to divine. For who else can truly take care of it all? Is it your imperfect mind that can take care of the imperfect mind? No. Is the fear able to take care of the fear? That is also no. So therefore something higher is able to take care of it, to nurture it, to surround it, to harmonize it, heal it and balance it. So in devotion, you are giving away your problems. And for a moment, if you truly hear giving away your problems, giving away your doubts, your worries, confusions and anxieties, pains and sufferings, giving away. With that true willingness to give it away, grace extends its loving arms, and it is grace that takes care of it all. For the grace to be able to reach you, come to you, you need to be open, willing in your heart to meet grace, to be open for grace, to have your heart surrender to grace. Because if one holds any bitterness in the heart, it prevents grace from reaching the heart. Your own God self is always present, just like your awareness is always present. But to be awareness, to be your own God self, it is a different matter. It is a different openness. So therefore, in the path of devotion, we also surrender any fruits of actions. We not only give up and give away our problems, fears and doubts and worries. We open up ourselves of meeting the higher, allowing this abundant shower of light to shine upon us. We allow ourselves to be purified, recognizing that the body-mind has its own habits, mechanics, impurities, and therefore we embrace purification. We surrender the selfishness, the need for the fruits of action. And reaction that we do it selfishly, unconditionally. Selfishness is very common. It is the way of the mind. Expectation, the need, desire, and the following anger, pain and suffering are all due to selfishness, to the selfish nature. So the path of devotion is a very different path from the focus on yourself alone, on the focus on your life, on your own benefit. And the path of devotion is turning your focus away from yourself to the divine, so that the selfishness could exhaust and purify, and the divine could function through you. And how do we do that? What is the most effective way of the path of devotion? First, it is the right understanding, of which the key foundational principles I have described already, such as selfishness, selflessness, surrender of the fruits of action, changing your focus, giving up your problems. The right understanding. When I say reading certain scriptures about devotion, in the yogic tradition, it's quite plentiful. A very beautiful book, it's called Bhagavad Gita, which describes this path of devotion in a beautiful way, but also in a very practical way of living life with responsibility. So reading and gaining the right understanding is essential, because that forms a foundation upon which you can rely. Otherwise, the mind will creep in and continue its usual endeavors. So it is important to put your mind in the right framework. It is very supportive for the mind to gain this higher wisdom. The second most effective foundational pillar is purification. And in the purification, the quickest way is to use the violet flame. The high frequency violet flame that is widely and commonly known in Ascension teachings. In Ascension teachings, Ascension means reaching heaven or higher plane of existence. Violet flame is known as the highest purifying force, as a cosmic energy that transforms and transmutes the lower vibrations into higher vibrations, into higher frequency. And the violet flame is also unconditional. So it also transforms, transmutes selfishness as well. By using violet flame technique, we can quickly start to purify and to start bridging the heaven and earth, or your present body mind, to your higher self and your I am presence. Your higher self is the perfected you residing in the heaven of the fifth dimension and above. It is your inner teacher, inner guru, the voice of conscience, the voice which guides you from within and which knows what is true and right. This voice is also very humble. It never argues with the mind. For the mind is the selfishness itself. And your higher self has all the patience in the world, has all the patience in the universe, at the same time the highest and best intentions. So the body-mind computer, the biological computer, it's running its own programs and living a human life with all dualities, with all the pleasures and pains. And the higher self is constantly inviting to remember your own divine nature, your own immortal self. Because this body-mind computer will not last long. Its nature is temporary, but what remains and stays is that which always was and that which is eternal, immortal. So some call it the soul, but to be more precise, it's your higher self. And therefore, life after life, incarnation after incarnation, the karma is being cleansed so that one day you can reunite with your divine self and, we may say, reclaim your eternal nature. So violet flame is one of the most effective purifying techniques and energies. It's a gift of ascension. The knowledge of your higher self, your divine self, is also essential, for you must know that which you seek, because otherwise you might get lost into the dimensional entertainment, seeing all those colors and visions and astral journeys and this and that are surely distracting, are surely entertaining. They have their own reasons of providing various experiences, but never to forget that the reason of all of these experiences is your ascension, your return to the self. So the knowledge of your inner guru, inner teacher, inner self is also essential, because you need to know what you are doing. You need to know what is your aim. You need to know where you are going. And therefore, as you experience meeting with your divine self, you start to recognize more and more qualities, the way, the governing laws. The higher realms are not a spiritual jungle, by the way. It is not an irresponsible playground. It is actually the earthly living which is a spiritual jungle, an irresponsible playground. The earthly living, what is called the free will, it's the will of ignorance that is ruling humanity. It is the ignorance of love, perfection, divinity, the laws of the universe. That is what is missing here, which is forgotten. So the free will is the will of ignorance. And very soon you will realize that with the free will, most of the suffering has been created. For if you truly followed your intuition, your inner conscience, if you truly abided with the law of love, the law of one, you would recognize that there is no happier activity and the way of being. So this notion of the free will, it's one of the biggest misconceptions in humanity, and it's one of the biggest causes of suffering. Even in the ancient scriptures, there are some truths in them. If you read the texts of the fallen nature of how it all happened, but that is not today's topic. So therefore, devotion is a submission to the higher power. It is a submission to the laws of the universe. It is the submission of your free will to the will of God. It is the submission of the ignorance to the laws of the universe, the laws of nature. You have no more privilege to be ignorant and say, I didn't know it, or this or that, because divine clearly states its divine laws. Just like here, what is resembled is the legal system that we have, that the ignorance of the legal system does not relieve from the legal effects. However, humanity's legal system is a system of corruption and selfishness and greed, power and control. And therefore, it is mostly invalid in the eyes of God. The only truest document, legal document that there is on earth is the Constitution of America, of United States, because that has been divinely inspired. And there are actually stories that Saint Germain has helped to draft it. The Archangel Saint Germain, who was incarnated, or actually present, more correctly to say present physically at that time, has inspired this document and has asked united the governors of the separate states to recognize the importance of unity and the free, we may say, divinely or the true liberty of man, that no government and corruption should interfere with the rights of humanity. So, so that is one of the truest documents that there is. In the future, we will have something similar and more complete, that it will be the new governing function on earth, and that will be in alignment with the universal laws. Currently, we are in the age of light, for the light is revealing the truth and all the secrets and darkness there is. And afterwards, we will go into the age of love. So devotion is a path to the self. It is the path to meet your own divine self. And there are many things to learn. The ignorance must be overcome. To make it more practical, I will invite everyone now to join for a practice, a meditation, where step by step we will go towards our inner divine self. We will use the violet flame technique, and then we will go into our inner temple. And in this inner temple, we will be meeting with our inner teacher, inner guru, with our loving self. And in that moment, it is a very special moment of meeting, a special moment of surrender. And at the same time, it is the intention, the pure intention to meet your inner teacher, to meet your inner guru. Because, as I said, your inner teacher or inner guru is very patient. If your mind is heavy, if your heart is bitter, it might not appear. Let's hope it will, but you have to observe your lower nature so that the selfishness would change its heart towards meeting your loving self. So now when you're ready, you can make yourself comfortable. And very gently bring your attention to your breath. And for a moment, have an intention to forget about your lower self, your fears and worries and challenges, because it's not about that tonight. Tonight it's about meeting your higher loving self. The first thing is to invite the sacred violet flame. Violet flame, you can visualize, is like a violet fire, violet energy. It's a very high frequency energy. So you can visualize at first this violet flame fire in front of you that you are approaching. This beautiful violet fire or flame in front of you. And very gently you can visualize, or if it's difficult to visualize, just follow the instruction. Just have an open intention. So very gently, when you're ready, you can simply step into this violet flame, this violet fire, and allow it to purify like a shower, to purify and cleanse all that is of the lower vibration. It's a cleansing and purifying energy. It's like a shower, cleansing and purifying, burning away the lower frequencies. You may visualize this violet flame surrounding you, all around you, inside you. It's like taking a shower before entering the temple. You can also have an intention that this purifying energy will be in every energy center. So every chakra, every energy center is being surrounded and cleansed with this violet flame. And once again, before entering the sacred inner temple, we leave everything behind. Everything you know, we leave all behind. When you're ready, relax your focus, relax your attention, relax your third eye, and allow your attention to gently fall, to gently go to the heart. And behind the physical heart, behind the heart chakra, there is the doorway, the open entrance to the big and vast temple, the sacred temple of your inner teacher, of your heavenly self. You may have an intention of surrender, of surrendering to your higher self, to the higher divine will, to the higher light. You may even visualize that you're leaving the body, you're leaving this lifetime, and you are entering this sacred temple of your loving divine self. That is the process of ascension. from the lower, coming to the higher. There is a bright golden sun shining upon you from above, radiating upon you, all over you. For this moment, there is absolute perfection. Allow and accept the absolute perfection. For this moment, allow and accept the soft love all around you. For this moment, allow and accept the purifying white flame. For this moment, allow and accept yourself to be in a bright light. For this moment, anything human is not relevant. For this moment, forget about yourself, your human self. For this moment, you're meeting your divine self, loving self. And therefore, fully and unconditionally, allow yourself to accept this perfection, love, and light. For this moment, any excuse of the mind is irrelevant. For this moment, anything of the lower nature is irrelevant. Allow yourself to accept the perfection itself, the soft love, the bright light. For that is your God self. For that is your loving self. For that is your divine self, guiding the lower self through lifetime after lifetime. that is the perfection of the self. The perfected self is the I am that I am. The perfected self acknowledges fully the perfection of creation, the love within, the bright light all around. With that acknowledgement of perfection, light, and love, the lower nature surrenders. And your whole being devotes to the perfected God self, loving self. May the violet fire fill the whole mind, the whole heart, the whole body. May the violet fire flame purify all the lower nature. May the loving self surrounds your whole being. May your mind be filled with the divine wisdom and knowledge. May your soul become awakened. May this bridge between here and heaven be established permanently. May you always put your mind second to the will of God, to the higher will. May any selfishness be second to the will of love, to the will of light. May any separations be recognized as ignorance to the light, to the one life, to the one universe, to the one self. May your body, your cells, your energy system know the abundant supply of the life force. For every moment, everything is maintained with the life force. So may you stop maintaining that which doesn't serve you, and may you remember the infinite supply of the life force, for it is available for the selfless will. May your mind be recognized as a child and your higher self, your inner teacher, as the adult self. May your own awareness remind you of your own God self. May your own presence be the evidence of your I am presence. May your own life be evidence to the one life. May your own existence be the evidence of the eternal existence. May all your actions be reminders of the selfless love. May every experience be remembered in the present awareness of your God self. Therefore, it is an invitation to all of you and so it is for all who wish so. The presence of your God self is obvious since all is happening in awareness, in your awareness, whether something is clear or whether something is hidden, all is seen in your awareness. All is experienced in the one, your own God self. All is sustained by the one life force. Every experience is created from the one life force. Every experience is maintained by the one life force. So may you master your experience. May you align your experience to the one life force and the present God self. And therefore, every experience is the evidence of the living presence of your awareness, your own God self. All together as experience, as God self, is what is called consciousness. Because consciousness is the awareness and experience itself. Consciousness is the boundless awareness, including the experience. For they are not separate, they cannot be separate, since all is seen, every experience is experienced in awareness, in the one consciousness. Your own God Self is a recognition of the power of the Self. It is the recognition of the power and love of your own self. The power and love of consciousness. The power and love of the boundless awareness. That power and love is your God Self. This power and love is present in every human being. It is the capacity to experience. It is the aware presence of each experience. These powers of God Self are here, and every single human being has them. It is only that the ordinary human being focuses purely on external objects, therefore constantly ignoring his or her own power in experience. So therefore, it is a fallen nature to be fallen into experience, forgetfulness of your own God Self above experience, or the witness, the creator, the sustainer of every experience. So that is the obvious reminder. The more you remember, align, return and ascend, realize your own self, the more you are that, the more you live as that, the more you know all as that. So when you're ready, you can awaken and start coming back from this meditation. In this being, you should observe closely what is functioning in you. You should observe closely what programs, mental programs, what habits are present in you. You should observe closely what is accepted or resisted, acknowledged and denied in you. For all of these things are here to be transcended. For all of these things constitute the lower nature. For all of these things will need to be purified. For all of these things are essentially keeping you in the cycles of repetition. So close observation is necessary. On the other hand, it is your heart's longing to acknowledge yourself as being well, to acknowledge yourself as being okay, to acknowledge yourself. Your heart is waiting, longing for your full conscious acknowledgement of yourself as perfect. In this acknowledgement, you clearly recognize and state and resonate with the perfection of your being. And anything else is a matter of purification. And it's all fine. It's all okay. So as soon as you acknowledge your own perfection and including the lower imperfections, they are also fine as they are. Because in the absolute perfection, even the lower imperfections are recognized as temporary cycles, temporary experiences and conditions of the past. And in this full acknowledgement of perfection, you open up an opportunity of surrender. You open up an opportunity of giving away your imperfections, the lower forms. You open up an opportunity of disidentification from the lower cycles, lower forms. You recognize that they were circumstantial, they were habitual, they were imprinted, embedded, adopted, and therefore they're not truly yours, and they do not truly represent your true self. So acknowledgement of your total absolute perfection is essential, And your heart will fully agree with that. Because deep down it knows your perfection. It knows the boundless love. Your heart knows all of that deep down. So therefore, it is okay. Therefore, all is okay. And therefore, this is how devotion, surrender, opens the door, creates a bridge directly to your own divine self. In actuality of reality, in actuality of the universal existence, your perfected self is already here, is already present. And you are only bridging the gap from the current experience to resonate directly to your divine self. You see, time is a stream. Time is an assumed continuation. Time is assumed continuation forward into the future. However, in reality, time is not a line. Time is not a river. In reality, time is a vortex upwards. And therefore, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow is not a linear continuation from today. It is actually a vortex. And therefore, as you remember that all already exists in the present, that your perfect self already exists in the present, in the higher vortex of creation. Therefore, you don't need much future. You only need to create a ladder, a bridge, a direct resonance with your higher divine self. If you follow the ignorant timeline, that might take you many lifetimes until you will remember the vortex and the, so to speak, shortcut of changing your focus, of clearly stating your intended will and resonance with your higher state, with your higher perfection. And therefore, that is the highway, a direct highway to your higher nature, your divine self. So as many sages throughout the centuries have said, to keep always your eyes and your focus on God, on self. And that statement is now explained in more detail as the vortex of creation. And therefore that is the highway to the perfected divine self. At the same time, I want to really iterate that any imperfection, so to speak, is also okay. It is an experiential, transcendent lesson. It is not to be judged, it is not to be disappointed, it is not to be put up or down on the ego pedestal or self-pity and judgment. It is only to be acknowledged as experiential growth, as experiential evolution. And therefore, any judgment is invalid for each and every one of us, each and every one of you is living your experiential truth. And each and every one of you is mastering your experience and realizing your divine self. And therefore, every experience for each and one of you is unique, it's important, is precious, and it is absolutely for you, it is absolutely yours, it is absolutely unique, and therefore anyone who would judge anything would be ignorant to their own self and would only add to their own karma. So therefore, nothing can be judged. And everything truly is perfect as it is. Because everyone is walking their own path, mastering their own experiences, taking their own time to recognize all the ways of the universe, confirming in your own experience all the ways of the universe. It is your journey, and I'm here as a guide, reminder, a way shower, your brother, your friend, somebody who truly cares about you and loves you as my own self. So may you remember all of tonight. A replay will be available. And if you need any help on your path, feel free to send a message to myself or Leon or other teachers in our community and school. And also be willing to simply contact other participants, get to know each other, support each other, because in many ways we can say you're all walking each other home. You're all reminding each other of your own self. So therefore, feel into your heart, connect with those that you feel, and always keep your eyes on your higher self, on your more perfected, your perfect self. It is a good news is that it is a practice. It is a practice. It is a way of life. And it is totally doable because in every experience you live your experience. With every experience you should learn and master every experience how to climb this universal ladder, this universal vortex. Many times, grace will gift you with a hand, grace will lift you up when you are not able to do something. So know this, that you are always supported. As long as you try, you're always supported. So that is the way it is. That is the way that it works. All the laws of resonance, attraction, and universal scale, it works in this way. Okay, so as a reminder, by the way, I would like to make a special announcement that next Thursday we will have a special meeting. It will be a gift that I would like to give to all of you. So next Thursday we will have a full consciousness transmission meeting. So you're all welcome to join. Feel free to invite your friends, and every now and then I will keep reminding to offer this gift to all in public meetings as well. So next week is the special one, and it will be a highest form of grace to give this full consciousness transmission. You're also welcome to have a look at our upcoming events on the website. And in a month, we have a physical retreat in Austria. So have a look on the New Humanities School website as well. And there are many special events upcoming with Leon as well. So you will find detailed information on our website as well. So thank you all. Much love to every one of you, and tonight was a very powerful meeting, and take everything that resonates with you. Keep your mind open for everything that you may not know yet or understand yet, and always try to put it into practice. And everything that I say, try to in your own experience, to verify and check in your own experience. So thank you all, and have a beautiful evening, beautiful daytime, depending where you are. And I will see you in 1 week's time. Have a lovely summer, everyone.